Hi folks, let's look at an article that appeared on the front page of the Dallas Morning News. This is it, kids, right here. See? I'm surprised it appeared on the front page of the Dallas Morning News, taking up a good portion of the second page. Normally such an article would be hidden way in the back. Why, someone at the Dallas Morning News, you just ended your career once this is discovered. It's an article reprinted from the New York Times by two female staff writers at the New York Times. This article basically discusses what President Barack Obama, Democrat, head of the regime, empty suit, did. He performed something known as a recess appointment. You see, when the president makes appointments to the executive branch, he must get the advice and consent and approval of the Senate constitutionally. However, if the Senate is in recess, he can make such appointments without their approval, and I think the appointment lasts throughout the whole next session. I'm not sure about that part. So he said, well, the Senate is on recess, meaning vacation, so I'm going to make this appointment. But there's one problem. The Senate was not in recess. Let me explain this to you. Oh, sure, the majority of senators are out of town and on a recess vacation. However, constitutionally, when one house of Congress goes on vacation for longer than 3 days, they must get concurrence from the other branch. If they do not get concurrence from the other branch, then they hold something which is called a pro forma session. It's a session where maybe 1 or 2, 3 senators show up. They hold a Senate session for maybe under a minute and discuss nothing of significance. And technically, the Senate's in session. That satisfies the constitutional requirement. Well, President Barack Obama, Democrat, empty suit, he's regime leader. He says, they're on recess, I can make that appointment. And what this article says, why, that's just a technicality. Hello? The whole Constitution's a technicality. This president, them there Democrats, totally ignore the Constitution of this country as per this recent appointment. Listen to me, folks. President Barack Obama once said something to the effect that the Constitution was flawed because it's a Constitution that gives negative rights to the government, meaning no rights to the government. All the rights are given to the people and protected to the people, none of which is transposes to the government. See? He finds the Constitution flawed because the government, the state, as they say in fascist and communist regimes, the state is not supreme above the land. It's just we the people. Pooh! How disgusting is that? What kind of a country is this? Well, it's a country that's allowing its president to trample upon the Constitution of these here United States of America. President Clinton made recess appointments, 139. President Bush made recess appointments, 171. But here's the difference. What President Bush and President Clinton did, the Senate was in recess. That's it, kids. There was no pro forma session. They were in recess. This president, our president, hopefully not for long president, violated the Constitution. Is anything going to happen? No. The Senate is controlled by Democrats. They're not going to say anything. The Republicans in the Senate, they're not going to say anything also. It's a presidential election year. They do not want to stir the pot. So this president will continue to get away with violating that most sacred document of this land, the Constitution. Think about this when you vote. We'll see you, folks. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.